Hey guys, it's Katie and
Beth. Hi.
We're here with More Than a Mom. Oh, my poor hair. Anyways, this is not about my hair, is it, Beth?
No.
No.
But it
or
could be.
About the fact that we're sitting in a car during a crazy storm, right?
Yeah, it's insanely windy today. I felt like I was going to get blown off the freeway.
I agree, totally. So, as you know, we're doing this little thing. Every 2 weeks you get to see our lovely faces, and we're talking about being more than a mom, basically.
Yeah.
Which is what?
Well, momhood does not define you. So, if you feel like it does, get off it.
Yes.
But also, we are covering the 5 love languages next.
Ooh, that's our next book.
Yeah, so this is kind of just our introduction to tell you what it's about. The 5 love languages is pretty popular. Most people have heard of it. But it's just going to kind of give you an idea of how you feel loved, but also how you can show love to other people based on how they feel love. And that goes for your spouse or your partner. It can go for your coworkers. It can go for your kids, your family members, your friends. Everyone that you know receives love differently. And so we're going to talk about that, and I'm really excited.
I'm really excited too. And so the first step to figuring out what other people's, I guess, love tank, what fills other people's love tank, because I think that's how they refer to it in the book. But the first step is figuring out this girl right here. Not me, I mean yourself.
Like yourselves.
Yeah. Okay, everybody figure me out. No, don't.
No. Figure out yourself.
Right, so we're going to suggest that before we get started with this book, and in 2 weeks we'll be back talking about it, we're going to suggest that you take the little test.
Yeah, it's in the link that Katie is posting with the video, right?
Right, it's in the post, yep.
Yep, so you can go on and you can take the quiz, and it'll tell you what your love language is, and it scores you in points for each of the categories. So sometimes you have 2 that are equal. Like my dad has 2 that are the same.
That's interesting.
I know, like the exact same numbers. And then sometimes you'll have one that's only a couple points higher than another, so that one that's highest is going to be your dominant love language, and then you have one that's also pretty important to you as an individual. And so this is going to be helpful because you'll get to see like, oh, that's why I like it when so-and-so does this for me.
Right, like for instance, I already know this, so one of my love languages is acts of duty. I think it's acts of service. There we go. So it's wonderful for me when my husband comes home and like throws down and does the dishes and I don't even have to ask him, or takes out the garbage and I don't even have to ask him. So his love language, one of them, is physical touch. And so for him to come through the door and throw down and do the dishes is equivalent to me that if he came through the door and I gave him a big sloppy wet kiss and a huge hug. That's kind of what we mean here, right?
Yeah, right. So like my top love language is quality time. So for me, if my husband is home but he's like totally checked out doing something else, then I'm going to get irritated at him because I need my quality time bucket filled and he's not paying attention to me. And so we've learned like when we're home together, we have to spend time together first and then go do our other separate things.
Which is amazing because then you have a better understanding of each other. So before my husband and I had this discussion and he understood that my love language was acts of service, he just thought that I was nagging him to do stuff.
That is so important.
Yeah, and so now he looks at it differently, doesn't feel nagged, and I get what I want, he gets what he wants.
Because he knows that what you're really asking is for love.
Exactly.
Like, you're not asking just to ask. It's like, I need this to feel important and to feel cared for.
Exactly. I'm not trying to boss him around, basically. And that's kind of how he was looking at it, was that I just wanted to, nag, and there's that cliche that that's what wives do, right? And so he was feeling like that. And then when it was explained to him, see, physical touch is not mine. So I know this sounds crazy, but I could literally go all week long without a kiss and a hug. I really can. I know maybe that's weird, but I can't go all week long without stuff getting done around the house. It's just how it is. And so now we have an understanding of each other and we're able to love each other in those ways, and it really eliminates the misunderstandings.
Oh, due to poor weather conditions, we have to reconnect.
Yes.
I was going to bring up something kind of similar. So my husband and I, we have discovered in our marriage that, so like Katie, you see housework as an act of service to you, right? Mm-hmm. So someone else might view housework as a different one of those categories.
Ooh,
right? Like a gift.
Point. Good point.
So, and the reason that I bring this up is because my husband and I, we were talking about a massage. For most people, a massage would be physical touch. For my husband, though, he classifies it as an act of service.
Interesting.
And so for me to give him a massage fills his act of service bucket, not his physical touch bucket. But if he gave me a massage, that would be my physical touch bucket.
Interesting. So it's all about how we process and filter up in here.
Yep.
And that's what we are. It is interesting. And so that's what we're going to discover. And we're solving all relationship problems in these next couple of weeks, okay?
We can try.
We can try.
I don't know that we're that amazing.
I think the storm is telling us something. So
yes.
Anything else you want to add before we say goodbye?
I just want to add that comments are greatly appreciated, and feedback and stories and anything that you feel could contribute to the topic. Drop a comment.
Please, we want to know how we're doing here. I mean, we love getting together and talking with each other, and we're really growing and changing and doing awesome things.
And building our relationship.